A quick review of TLT and dkng from last week's video, as well as we'll be looking at AR, HYG, and a crowd favorite. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this one, but I'm looking at GME today on this week's target practice. Hello everybody, welcome back to Target Practice. If you're new here, I would highly suggest check out my first video because this is the second video I have up for this series, and this is more of an experiment than a series, but we'll see what happens. If it has some value in it, I'll keep it up. If it helps me, but mostly if it helps me, I'll keep it up. But right now, we're gonna go back and go check out some of our plays that we did. I'm going to put a preview real quick here of what we're looking at from last week, which was TLT. It was a TLT play. I believe it was, I think I have it over here somewhere. Maybe I have to go in a different time zone here. Okay, making sure I'm actually recording this. There it is. Oh, it's a little laggy. Sorry. Yeah, TLT. We were looking at TLT 88 strikes for this week, which didn't do too well, or too bad, I should say. The funny thing, so here's what I got a question for you, because I'm gonna put up the preview again, right here. It almost kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Interesting. Okay. So yeah. Almost looking at it from down here, so I'd almost, for the short term, yes. Long term, no. Now, would you call this a win or a lose? Because I did technically say we were gonna be dropping, and dropped we did on Monday or Tuesday actually, because Monday was a holiday. But yeah, look at that fucking Tuesday. Excuse my language. Tuesday we dropped basically below my signal, my little thing here. That's crazy. The pivot actually went below my pivot, bounced back, basically back to hit the freaking target again, which was surprising. But I did say there was going to be some upside, but for the week. But I figured there were going to be downside first, and sure enough, it did, and then it climbed back up, which is crazy. So, would you count that as a win? I would. I didn't buy any of this because, like I said, Tuesday it just basically opened up down there. So yeah, I did not buy any of these. But yeah, look at that. It technically was correct in a way. I mean, it didn't pass the 88s. I think it did a little bit, but you didn't really make much on contracts. If you made money on shares, then yeah, you probably made a good amount. It moved a good amount. But yeah, that's for the TLT. Now with the dkng, pardon, I'm not very good at streaming or webcasting or anything like this, so pardon my stutters. And I'll put my other one here for dkng. Yeah. Now we switch over to DraftKings here, which was another play of mine. This wasn't a bullseye bot. This was actually a signal that I found because I recently traded DraftKings before and did okay with that. So this is another signal that I just found out. Now before I start anything else, I have to remind everybody that this is not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do with your own money or how to trade. Take this as a form of entertainment. Take anything I say with a grain of salt the size of Mount Kilimanjaro, and we will be good. But anyways, so let's go back to here. I was like I was mentioning, I saw a signal going to the downside, and sure enough, here's my target here. It's funny because this is where I said that the buy-in zone would be this area here. It basically hit Tuesday, and we are now sitting at this area. And I think there might be some more to go, so let us look at this first, and then we'll move on to the other three. I'm sure everyone's ready for GME.
Oh my god!
I'm not. because I know how much hate I could get, for doing GME. So let's see what it looks like first. Win or lose, I'm gonna draw. So for the most part, it looks like we're doing pretty well on this. I can see some more downside. I mean, if you go back to the 2-day to 3 days, we can see more downside on the stochastic momentum indicator here. As well as the I gotta update that, as well as the MACD. We're looking at some downside as well. So I think so far so good. I can say that I would probably be, in my opinion, because I am in this play, I am going to be holding it until probably next week. We'll wait and see. We'll play it by ear, but I still see a good area here that we should be okay with. That's just hopes though, because I really hope this works. I'm like I mentioned before in the other video that I'm thinking it's probably because of the Super Bowl, big things are going to happen, and then it might go up. But we do have news too that yesterday DraftKings chief legal officer sells his shares, so I mean that might have been a good indication of why it went down, maybe. So yeah, and here's what they're thinking of the Super Bowl catalyst. Like I said before, it was just thinking about that. This could snap back very quickly. It's just I don't know if it's going to do it within this week or next week, but so far I'm seeing signals for more continuation. I mean, it can always go back up, let's see, we can always go look at the 30s again, but for the most part I think everything's pointing downwards, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this right now. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the first one we saw today after closing for this week is AR. It has an 85% AI confidence, so this is why we're picking this one first. So like I mentioned before in the first video, I would like to pick out something that has a good AI confidence for these bullseyebot signals. This one is 85% confident, and it's at a February 20th, so that gives us plenty of time to figure this out. The next one I'm going to do is a 50-50 shot, because I like to see where it might work. So like I said, I'll put up a win-loss or tie thing on the video here, just to kind of keep track of how many I've won, how many I've lost, what my target is, and if it's hit or not. That's why I mentioned it's target practice, because we're using bullseye. But anyways, so we'll do that one. We'll do this one here first. We'll do the next one, which is a 50%, or what is it, 55%. That was HYG. And then, the clickbait. GME. And I'm not too... So here's GME. We're looking at 22 strike for this week, which I think it already hit, but we're going to see where it's going after this, so... Fun stuff. So let's check out the news first. Sure, still logging. Okay, Morgan Stanley reduced its price target for Antaro Resources from 48 to 46, so it thinks they're dropping. Antaro Resources maintained overweight. Interesting. And yet, Bullseye is saying upside. It's cool. I'm gonna pause it real quick, go a little quiet, and we'll see what we can find. All right. So this is an interesting one. So my theory, based off of what I've learned from the Arca Bulls Arca University, which I recommend if you're a newbie or a novice to sign up for the beginner's course. I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting paid in any way to talk about this. I am just a follower of Arca and a good friend of his. He is a good friend of mine. So, but I just want to support his channel, his endeavors, and stuff like that. So, which reminds me, let me do this first, and then I'll show you a couple of my projects that I've been doing as well. But anyways, so AR, we're looking at was it $37 strikes? So $37 strikes. Let's see, right here. So let's just write down that strike price. Strike price for 220. I don't know how much they are right now. I am actually doing this after market close, so post market is still going right now. So I usually do this on a Saturday, but I have certain engagements tomorrow, so I am doing this right now on a Friday. It's about 6 p.m. Central Time in my area. So, but yeah, we're looking at what was that? Almost basically a month in advance for these strike prices, and this could move very quickly, very fast, because the daily ATR is at 128. So this could move $1.28 basically up or down each day. And so right now it's looking like it's kind of doing an upside, but here's my theory. And this is based off of stochastic momentum and all this other stuff on the time frames. But I have a feeling we could see a little bit of a downside, a little bit of a move back down, so we can get these actually cheaper. Again, not financial advice. You do you, I do me. So just take that in consideration. I am not responsible for any losses you incur. So, but anyways, 3316 is what I'm looking at based off of some mathematical equations that you will learn in Arca's classes if you take them. For all my peeps that are in the Arca Bulls network, hello. Thank you for supporting. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking of right here. And maybe basically between this area here, this zone here. This is a central gap here too, is what I drew. So I can't remember which time frame that was, but there's a gap here. But I'm thinking somewhere between this area. I think that might pull back a little bit. I'm trying to remember why I drew all these lines. This is what sucks about having ADHD, like I said before in my previous video. it's you draw them and then you forget. So okay, so that is essentially a resistance area here. So I figure probably drop back down here, pick those up, and we can see a pretty good strike move up there. So like 5 hours we're seeing downside, 6 hours and downside. Basically all these are, you know, from the 5 minute, 5 minutes up a little bit. Yeah, so it might move a little bit up, and it's only like a 5-cent move, but you know, up or down. But I'm still gonna say downside. Basically, yeah, up until friggin' the daily, and then after the daily, when we move back down here, you know, where's it has central resistance here too, though, because again, what you learn in Arca's video is, or Arca's class is, if you find something, invalidate it. And so that's what I like to do. I like to play devil's advocate. I like to figure out why this wouldn't work, and possibly, you know, that's what we learned from it. So let's see. It could go down here, but it is sitting right here right now within the gap. So I mean, we could essentially see this being a potential resistance zone as well, or even right here, where I believe this is an EMA 20. because I got a 9, a 9, a 20, a 1, I believe, and 200. And I also have the 2200 SMAs as well. So, but right now, that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking basically down here, I should have a little bit of a drop, and then we should be moving back up again, you know, checking resistance and supports along the way. But I'm going to say yes. This is 80% for the AI, and I think I'm going to put a yes on this. I need to have a stamp or something that comes on the stream and says yes. Approved! Or something. So I'm going to put a yes for AR 220s. Or for 220, sorry. AR 37 strikes 220. With a potential target of 41 to 42. I forgot to even mention that. I'm saying strike price is pretty good here. I'm thinking maybe over here. But again, that remains to be seen. It has to basically break 38 first before we can even see any more of an upside from that. But yeah, for a monthly expiration, I would say yes, as long as it moves back down to the 33. Will I do it? I don't know yet. I'm still waiting on my dkng play to play out, but yeah, I'm again, this is just for journaling. This isn't actual for me trading at the moment, but this is first for journaling purposes and entertainment purposes and basically idea purposes. If you don't agree with me, then, you know, write in the comments like, what do you think, you know? Or if you agree with me, and, you know, good luck. But, you know, again, I'm not responsible for anything other than just watching this video or making this video for you. So on to the next one. Alright, the second one here, this is the 50-50 coin toss. We're going to see what happens with HYG for February 20th. Looking at an $80 strike, which is right now it's at 81. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't pick 81 strike because that's probably, well, yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah, $80 strikes, it says. So let's see. Let's go check it out. I am going to fast forward it. And, yeah. All right, this one's a little interesting. Yeah, I could see a somewhat of a move back down to retrace, because this is basically all-time highs. I mean, this is a crazy one. This is just nothing but up. So yeah, I would say I could see why it was a 50-50 shot, but I'm thinking more of a downside to here. But we could also be seeing a downside more to, I don't know, basically somewhere around here maybe, or right here. I'd have to go check out some of the other time frames here, because I know monthly's closing in 6 days. So, and then we got a little spot in here we could use. So let's put a box on that one. I'm gonna use this to here to here. Let's go back to our lower time frames and kind of see where we're at on there. So yeah, I'd say from either drop down to here or back down to here. This would be these zones I would think about before a continuation to the upside, because I don't see I don't see this thing slowing down any. I mean, it could, but basically, what was the thing again? Here we go. I gotta make this smaller. Oops. The daily baby? No. 40. I didn't make it small enough? What the heck? Oh, that's right there. So, alright, so these are what? $80 strikes for 220. I am going to say,
I don't know.
It could. I'm going to say possibly. But here's where things get weird, because like I said, this could happen in a day or two, like what the bullseye bot says here on their little thing is. It can happen in a day or two. I wouldn't hold on to these. If I was going to be playing this, I probably wouldn't be holding on. If it hits that mark, it's going to fucking, unless we have a catastrophe, but this is a iShares high yield thing, so I'm sure the fucking ETF's just going to keep going higher. And my target for the upside was probably around 83 right here. And I believe that was because of the bull flag that I signed. There was not really much I can see. Even again, I'm still learning how to do this. I'm still learning how to do patterns. So forgive me if this doesn't work, because like I said, not financial advice, but I believe between the stochastics and the heat map and basically everything else I've learned, I think I see a little bit of drop and then continue upward. So we're not going to spend too much more time on this one. And to the next one.
Huh?
And the one everyone's been waiting for, GME, I'm sure. Clickbait, whatever. You can call it what it is, but I seen it pop up in the thing. It has a 61% AI confidence, so therefore I'm gonna be trying for it. So let's see what happens. I'm not in GME anymore. I don't know if I'm gonna be in GME anymore. I know there was news here about GameStop and Ryan Cohen buying up some shares. So the only thing I can think of though is that, with their Bitcoin, I'm sure this is gonna. Oh, look at that! Key facts: GameStop reports 8.8 billion in cash to close 400 stores. So I'm wondering what they're going to be on, if they're going to switch over to just being a Bitcoin holder, or just, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see what's going on. If they're going to be an online store, are they going to continue doing the Pokemon trading cards and stuff like that? I know I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about bringing my own old Pokemon cards, because I have some old ass Pokemon cards from fucking Jungle, Fossil, all that stuff. I was thinking about going over there to get them graded, but I don't know. We'll see. And I know I have a real good Clefairy from Jungle that apparently is really expensive, as well as a Mew. It's not the Bubble Mew. It's not the Bubble Mew. It's a I can't remember which one, which expansion it was, but I think if I got it graded and it got a 10, it could be worth a few thousand. So, you know. But anyways, enough about that. Let me shut up and let's do a snap of the wrist and have this done in a jiffy. Alright, let me move this out of the way. Alright, so if you know, you know. Yeah, you can see down here. It is Chronosis. I actually have a working Chronosis right now. It's not great. Maybe. I'm only using about, let's see, what's my properties here? $1,000, 40% equity. It was a pain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure a lot of you all have the Chronosis one. I'm not gonna put up the settings because this is exclusive for Arca members, mainly the Lifeline team. So I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, I actually have a working Chronosis, and let me show you my. I'm actually running it with actual money, so let me show you the results from that right now. Okay, so here it is. Here, I had to turn off some of the other ones because I don't have a lot of capital to spend on trading testing, so whenever I do one, I usually let it sit for a while. If it does really well, then I'll have it sit like Omega does. And speaking of Omega, that was a pretty good one too. So, but right now I am up $10 on my running algorithm for BNB. Here's the trades right here. You got a $10 win, $4 loss, $10 win, and then just basically just kind of small losses here. One of them supposed to be like a 20 cent win or something like that, but it ended up to be at 0.04. And I have to say this, I am doing market orders. I'm not doing limit orders, I'm doing market orders. The reason being is that limit orders time out. I don't understand why. I still have yet to talk to FHEMEX about it to try and maybe help optimize their own systems. But for right now, I think, I hate to say it, but market is going to be the one that's going to be the most, what's the word? The most consistent, I feel. It's going to be the most consistent. Let me show you what I mean by if you want to do a market order, because the script is for limit orders. So let me switch over and I'll show you how to fix that. So let's go to futures. We'll go to the trading bot. And it's basically just like how you would do, you know, making your own bot. Let's see, signal trading. So I'm going to use my example one, that way it doesn't mess with my actual live test, but oops, not create a bot. You want to go here. So this here is where you get your alert message, okay? Well, the only thing you're going to do is switch this, and you're going to type in market. So when you copy this and you paste it in your alert, change this limit to market, and that should help. It's not going to be the best in terms of fees, but it'll be more consistent in that it's not going to be timing out. And also, I need to make a note of this for you guys too. Make sure if you're going to do a new alert to make sure that your bot is not... Let me switch over to my screen here. Your bot is not in a trade. Because unlike Blowfin, this will take the trade. So with Blowfin, with my Omega, if you put in a order or if you put in an alert and it's in a trade, then it'll basically cancel it because it's trying to exit the trade. It's not trying to enter a trade, it's trying to exit because it's already in a trade. When I mean in a trade, is I mean the list of trades here. You can see this one. If you can see this one, let me see if my okay, I'm on the chart. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong trading view. So let me go to a different one here. I think XLM is one other one I've been trying. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, well, fuck. Okay, so here's a good example right here. So you see it says open, that means it's in a trade. This would mean that if you would put in a alert and this thing closes, instead of canceling it, it will take the trade. It will actually open, and then it'll just basically mess up your whole list. So make sure it's exited first before you put in your alert. That might change later if we can talk to FHEMEX about possibly altering some of their script work. But for right now, I would say wait until it's in an exit state and then put your alert in. That way you don't mess up your list, okay? So that's just an update for you guys that are actually using the algorithms and the auto trader. But if you want a copy of my BNB thing for Chronosis and you're an Arca member, then hit me up, DM me, and I'll send you my deets. It's not perfect. Again, it's not the greatest, but it is a start. And I'm sure with more time we can find out better settings for it. But for right now, that's all I got for you guys. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up, you know, comment, you know, say, hey, you know, great video, hey, you dumb ass, you know. or any other questions pertaining to Arca's classes or anything like that, which I forgot to mention with the GME one. I would suggest watching Arca's version. Okay, this is going to be a little bit in the future because when I was doing my edits, I just noticed that I didn't actually explain my GME. I didn't explain my GME chart, even though I said just to look at Arca's. But
Look at you. You who were once so proud. Go now and never return.
Even though I said just to look at Arca's. But so let me show you. Let me explain to you what I drew. And maybe Arca's will be the same, maybe it won't, but we'll see here. Looks like we got a one-day moderate for the score too for the squeeze. This is a proprietary indicator that Arca has made, and I don't know if it's for sale or not. I don't know if he has it for sale or not anymore, but it's something that Arca made, so it's not available or anything like that. You have to pay for that one. But anyways, so let's see what I drew here because I totally forgot. Looking at a target of 24.96 actually, an inverse target of an 8-hour 27.29. That could always be invalidated by certain levels here. I think that might have been a level that I was looking at, the 24.96, because we are in a pretty big bull pendant, if I would say so myself. But we also have a big open gap here too, so that might cause some problems. But yeah, that's for that. So back to you, past self. Don't go with mine. Watch Arca's, because I'm sure Arca's probably going to look at GME as well because of certain people. not throwing shade or anything. I'm just saying I'm not in this, so I don't care. But if you are in it, I hope the best of luck for you guys. You know, I'd love to see everyone win. So, other than that, you know, enjoy your weekends. I'm in a frigid minus 50-degree weather right now, so I'm staying in. I'm fucking just gonna hibernate like the bear I am. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you in the next one.
Oh my God! Fucking Muppet!